Mansfield, WGN Traffic Central. Snow tracking on the south part of the tri-state and on into northwest Indiana. And CTA situation, the CTA train, the red line northbound of Fullerton, power still is off.
I learned a lot from a college coach, Hayden Fry. And one of the things I got from him was he came into an organization that was losing. His first meeting with everybody said, from this point on, we're going to think and act like winners. And the only thing you have to do to think and act like a winner is that when you're going to do something, no matter what it is, ask yourself, if this will help me to become better, do it. If it won't, don't. It's a very simple rule. And I saw that and I said, you know, that's the way I like to operate. I operate my insurance practice like it's a business. I get monthly financial statements. I know how many assets under management I have. I know how many policyholders I have. So I have an idea of what I'm doing as opposed to just blindly running along trying to sell as many policies as possible. I set goals and put them inside my medicine cabinet. And every morning I kind of look at them. My goal this year was to build infrastructure for my business to allow me to expand it. And you know, if you can do one of those up, that I can laminate it, put it in my kit. And I get to the office at 7 o'clock in the morning, and as soon as I get here, I start work. I don't go to lunch with other. I don't goof around. I don't read the paper. I just work, make phone calls, make appointments, and see people.
Morning.
Morning. I'll talk with Karen every morning, and we kind of lay out what my schedule is, who I talk to, who she talked to, who we've got to meet with. I meet with Niels, my senior administrator, and he kind of gives me a rundown on what happened in the office, and then I'll go out and do my appointments. We had job function lists for everybody, and mine was the shortest. It said schmooze the prospects, schmooze the clients. And everybody else had 40 different things down the line. But again, I see this from sports. If a head football coach surrounds himself with great assistant coaches, he'll look good. I surround myself with people who think for themselves, who are better than me in whatever area I'm hiring them for. Karen, who is my assistant, takes care of life insurance and the process of selling that. Whether we're doing presentations on insurance or doing illustrations or creating proposals. Allie takes care of all the money that comes in. Dave or Kevin or Niels takes care of all of the pension-related work, and they work together with all the others. My sister comes in and takes care of all the bills. My accountant does all the financial stuff. What I try to do is have 15 to 20 appointments in a week, and I don't work on weekends. But if you work from 7 o'clock until 5, it's 10 hours. I mean, if you can't get it done in 10 hours, then you're doing something wrong. And if you work 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, it should be a pretty productive week. The other thing I do is I try to schedule 2 or 3 appointments every day. I don't think most people plan their life 6 weeks into the future. And so when I call somebody, I don't mind meeting with them tomorrow. Can you squeeze me into your schedule? So I spend a lot of time doing that. Filling up the rest of my week, Monday or Tuesday, I can pretty much book Thursday. A prime example of that was I was seeing a commodity trader, and he said, we were at lunch, and he said, why don't we go up and I'll introduce you to my boss, and you can talk to him a little bit about his insurance. And he owns the trading company and makes about $200 million a year. And we stopped up, and I met with them that day, right after lunch. And it was a very nice appointment and a very nice meeting, and it happened on the spur of the moment. And that reassured me that nobody is too busy that they can't squeeze you into their schedule. I can have the worst day in the office, but when I go out and I see a client, it's like something magical. I get transformed. I'm happy. I'm happy to see somebody. I'm like, gosh, this is fantastic. I can joke around and play and have fun seeing them because I'm really interested and excited about being here. I see a business like Portillo's hot dogs, and I know Dick Portillo's got 40 hot dog stands that are like magnificent places, and so I try to target that company from a standpoint that I'm from the area, I do business with you, I've frequented your establishments, and I'd like to talk to you about your insurance or your investments. And it's hard for them to tell a client, no. Never do I just pull up, get out of the car, and run in. I've gotten to a point where I always sit for 5 minutes, 10 minutes in front of the business or in the lobby of the office building. And I'll just kind of think through, what do I want to get accomplished? You can learn more by just walking into a company than you probably can by interviewing the boss for half an hour. What kind of furniture they have in the reception area? What kind of car does the owner drive? Do they have an electronic buzzer to get in the office? None of which is good or bad or indifferent, but it tells you a lot about the person in the company. So that's my first step basis for gathering information. Hey, how's it going?
Good, come on.
Then I use the capital needs analysis, the stuff they taught in Insurance 101, and I just gather the general information. What are your goals? How do you feel about insurance? What do you want your life insurance to do for you? When I do this, I get the best clients that I have, because really they want to know about how much insurance do they need and how does it work. If I try to do it on a yellow pad, how do I know I didn't miss something? I listen a lot. I ask the same question 3 or 4 times until I understand it. I tell them what are my problems as well as listen to what their problems are. I tell them what happened to me or some stupid thing I did, and they relate to what I'm going through, and they feel like I'm opening up to them, and they feel more apt to open up to me. I open the doors to a lot of interviews with pension plans. But once I open the door, I try to do a full plan. The other thing I do is I can relate complicated ideas very simply. What I try to do is I try to take the person's business and relate our products in their terminology. The lawn chair example was I was sitting with someone who wanted to buy term insurance, and we were in their family room, and I was sitting on a very nice leather recliner, and the prospect was doing the same. And the question I asked him was, why doesn't he have lawn chairs? They'll work just as good. We can sit in the chairs, we can watch TV, or we can discuss things in the lawn chair, and if they wear out, you just get another one because they're only a few bucks. Why does he have leather recliners that are probably $5,000 to $7,000 for the chair? And that drove the point across that he was trying to buy lawn chair furniture as opposed to leather recliner furniture, and it convinced him that he should buy the whole life. When I sell a business owner insurance, I'll send him an invoice for the premium. 2 things will happen. Either they'll be concerned that it cost more than they thought, and they'll call and we'll get that solved before I have a policy delivery, or they'll initial it, give it to the bookkeeping department, and on the 15th and 30th they'll pay the bill. It's just a little thing that I do for business owners, and they're used to paying invoices when they come in. Everybody gets a thank you, and then that begins the process of our one-card system. I bring the business card in, I give it to Karen, and I say, I saw this business owner yesterday, they get a thank you, the card then goes to so-and-so, put it in a follow-up in her computer system of the one card for 2 weeks. I take the card, put it in my file box for 2 weeks from this date, and then she gives me a call list of people I should be calling. At the same time, I'm looking through my file box of who I should be calling as well. Hopefully, with those 2 systems, not many leads fall through the cracks. I think I established First Midwest for my own sake to give me the feeling of being a more structured organization from the sales standpoint. And then it evolved into a professional-looking organization to offer more than just selling the product. The manufacturer's rep selling the manufactured insurance policy or product to the end user. I wanted to add some professionalism, to add service, add value to the sale, whether it be accounting, services for a deferred compensation plan, or administration on a pension plan. It's still trying to sell the product, but designing it, installing it, explaining it, and servicing it really helped me. There's no royal road to anything. All things in succession, one at a time. That which grows fast withers rapidly, and that which grows slowly endures. And if I use that philosophy, slow, steady, do the best for the client, my business will grow, might grow slowly, but it'll grow and it'll endure the test of time. When you sell somebody, it's not over. It's an ongoing thing to help them accomplish their goals. If I see a restaurant review and I know the client likes restaurants, I'll send them a copy saying, you know, this is a great place, or I went there and you'll love it. I send popcorn around Christmas time. If I know it's I'll send like some McDonald's gift certificates, or whatever strikes me that day, I'll do it. But I try to do it with some consistency. And I think not being concerned about the size of the case, but being concerned about the number of cases I do, is probably the most profound thing I do, because I'll go out and see a lot of people and write a lot of business. And sooner or later, something big is bound to turn up when you least expect it, because you were active. I try to tell people when I'm doing a talk at an agency or something, 3 simple words: be here now. When you're doing something, don't be thinking of the other things that you need to be doing. Just do what you're doing right now. I'm very happy with where I am in life. I try to enjoy every day, and I'm proud of the fact that maybe this business has afforded me the luxury to be able to go into other people's lives and see what is all about their life, all about their family, and have them open up. And that's the way I operate my business. I'm proud of what I do and how I do it, that we try to do the best job, but I'm honored by the fact that I'm able to do it. Would be a better thing for me to say. Place I went to.
Good. To me, it goes real well.